Hey everybody, thank you listeners for coming back. This is your Psychic Christine. I think this is episode 64. Yeah, we are making some ground here, that's for sure. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we're trying to do here on this podcast and what it is that I try to do for people who have readings done with me or I do meditation work for. And my job is to, if you're experiencing struggle or difficulty or obstacles or in a bad mindset, whatever the case may be, or whatever it is that's holding you back, my job is to help you to get out of all of that and get back on track. Now, struggles and problems come into our lives usually because of a combination of things. Not just one thing, but and sometimes it is just one thing, and most of the time it isn't. It's a combination of things, and a lot of times it takes a combination of things to start clearing things up. And that's my job, basically to tell you, what you're doing that might be self-defeating, and whether it's you that's creating your own troubles, and some of us do without even realizing it because we're in such a bad mindset or a bad mood that a lot of stuff that we do goes over our head. And if that's the case, then of course I'm going to clear that up for you and tell you what you could be doing to change these negative outcomes. And sometimes, it could be coming from outside forces, people, energies, unresolved karmas, whatever that is. I'm here to point that out to you too. And usually they kind of go hand in hand. So most of the time comes from an outside force, starts affecting you as a person, and then you start reacting or responding in a certain way, or have adapted to a negative sort of pattern that kind of enhances that negative energy and gives it more power over you and your life. So basically, what I'm here to do is try to help you to get on purpose and pursue your vision. Okay? I've heard it said that your dreams or your vision of yourself in the future is actually a blueprint of what is possible for you. And I believe that wholeheartedly, that these visions and these dreams that we have about our future is because they're kind of within our realm of achieving, and our minds are kind of doing the math, and these ideas start to come up for us. So I do believe that you can get your vision. Absolutely, your vision of the future. And there are many, many, many tools that you can use to help achieve that. Like I said, it's not always just one thing, it's usually a combination of things. And the lucky ones kind of have one thing, but that's so rare when it's just one thing. Like I said, it's usually a combination of a lot of different things. And sometimes when stuff is happening to us, like I said, directly, it's so difficult to be able to identify, especially if it's of a spiritual nature, to figure out what it is that's wrong. Now, I know that a lot of people take the spiritual route or see a psychic as a kind of last resort. Many of us, and understandably so, will pursue a logical or practical level, and they kind of run the gamut of doing whatever they feel that they could do first, which is totally understandable and acceptable. And seeing a spiritualist or a psychic or any of this stuff is usually kind of a last resort. It would be awesome if you, as I said in a couple of podcasts back, if you start practicing some spirituality and what it is that you believe in, and overcome a lot of the fear and the stuff that is holding you down, and start to take some risks. Yeah. You know, life is tough. Life is tough for a lot of us. Life is really tough. And so many of us blame ourselves a lot for our circumstances, and sometimes we're so critical of ourselves. We can be our worst critics, okay? You know, a lot of us do a lot of negative self-talk, blame ourselves, and life is tough enough as it is. And the least that we can do is be our own best friends. Okay? Think about how you talk to yourself. Would you ever speak that way to someone else? I bet if you did, you'd be in a lot of trouble all the time. So try some positive self-talk. And if you want to speak to me, please feel free to come in or contact me, reach out to any of the psychics that are working for me. Go ahead and share these episodes with people that you know that this might be helpful to. And go ahead to my website, psychicreadingstoday.com. And you can have a psychic reading via telephone. I'm sure that a lot of my listeners are local, and some are out of the country and whatnot, but I'm sure there's always a way for us to communicate via telephone, email, whatever the case may be. So like I said, I'm in Center City, Philadelphia, 810 Chestnut Street, and of course you are welcome to come in. And I also have in my shop lots of intention candles, crystals, lots of materials that you can be able to use in your life's journey, aromatherapy candles. And it's Saturday today. I want to wish you all the best of luck, whoever's listening in. I hope I've got your wheels spinning on a lot of these podcasts and help you think. But, you know, thinking about stuff is very different than applying stuff. I know it takes us a little time to get what we learn kind of registered, but application is what it's all about, okay? So, like I said, I hope this is helping everyone here who is listening. Feel free to contact me, 201-953-0658, and be sure to take a look at my website, psychicreadingstoday.com. Thank you so much for listening in. I wish you all good luck and have a very happy Mother's Day.